Hello, everybody. This is Dave Burkus for Insights from Burkonomics. Today's subject, hire employees as if your survival depends upon it. Aside from visionary management, this is your most important job. Many of us go through the motions of hiring to fill a position, trying to use our intuition and skills to find the best candidate for the job. Sometimes we use consultants or recruiters. Many times we use internal talent to fill most positions. There is a science to the hiring process. Over the years, we students of business success have learned that there is a science to the hiring process that continues through the life of the employee's tenure with the company. Bradford Smart captured this succinctly in his book, Top Grading. His thesis was that A players amount to only about the top 10% of the talent pool at any given time, and that your job is to find, recruit, and train only A players to make a successful business. It's hard to argue with that. What is hard to find is the rare CEO that makes the process of top hiring, recruiting such a priority that he or she spends personal time deeply involved in the specifications, the resume review, the interview, and the selection of the top employees. Most of us are just far too busy to do all of that. And yet, aside from managing the vision of the enterprise, the most important job of a CEO is to find, recruit, and train and make productive A players for the team. As an investor and board member for numerous companies, it's increasingly easy for me to quickly evaluate the quality of the senior team members in an organization as I probe for strengths and weaknesses in that enterprise. Teams where the CEO is comfortable enough to delegate to an A player and manage the strategies for growth stand out as rare and powerful. Conversely, it takes very little for a CEO to derail what could be a great team and a great company by ignoring the details involved in finding the right talent for each senior position and by failing to communicate the strategies and empower the team to execute. Well, who is responsible for the successful hire? That successful hire is not just the responsibility of the recruiter and manager to whom the recruit will report. Most companies require that finalist candidates be interviewed by a number of contemporaries, good employees who fill similar level positions. Some even encourage interviews with those candidates with more than just that. Agreement among the interviewers becomes an empowering experience for those who conduct the interviews and agree to the decision to hire, and it paves the way for a quicker assimilation of the new employee into the organization, whose cohorts are already prepared to receive and encourage this new hire. This is not an expensive process when considering the cost and time and productivity of the interviewers, but finding an A player is not an easy job. It requires a stretch of resources at each stage of the process. Well, let's talk about employee compensation and alignment of goals. In earlier insights, we explored strategic planning within the organization. We spoke of delegating and developing strategies and tactics that were measurable for each department. Now is a good time to complete that chain by suggesting that paying significant incentive compensation to the people empowered to execute those strategies and tactics is critical to the success of the plan, as well as to the organization. Aligning everybody toward the same goal, using the practice of rewarding achievement and milestones defined by the tactics for planning, it makes for greater business, and it's made for a business managed by a leader who understands the process. Well, what makes a great leader? Well, of course, it's great execution by great employees acting as a unit in the best interest of the enterprise. No one can do this alone. No CEO can do this with B players or less. Well, think about that in your next recruiting exercise. I've written lots of books. I'd like to have you take a chance to look at them. They're available on Amazon and other booksellers. This is Dave Burkus for Insights from Burkonomics. And you'll find more insights, and you'll be able to subscribe to them if you go to the website shown beside me. I look forward to seeing you next time.